Introduction. Why you're meant to be here. I can't believe I love mornings so much. I used to sleep through all of this. I wake up right before the sunrise. My sleep was deep, uninterrupted, and I love remembering my dreams. After I have a brief dance party to fully wake up while my coffee brews, I grab my laptop and start writing. I love to write first thing in the morning when I'm most creative. Then I do some gratitude journaling and goal setting. Afterward, I listen to a guided meditation instructing me to visualize my dream life. I visualize my dream day down to what I do on a perfect morning. My visualization isn't far off from what I'm doing right now. I go on a run around my neighborhood. It's dewy outside, and the sun spotlights little patches of leaves. It feels like I'm witnessing a secret. I arrive home, stretch, and shower. By 8 a.m., I'm ready to start my workday. Before I connect with my dream clients, I make an executive plan for the day. Every day I get to do what I love most, help women discover their best selves, all because I stopped playing small and living my life on other people's terms. Why going alcohol-free was the best decision of my life. My life isn't perfect and offers plenty of learning opportunities, but I'm no longer hoping or wishing for my dream life. I'm building it every day. Would you believe me if I told you this dream life all started with a decision to reevaluate the role of alcohol in my life? Just one short break from drinking was all it took to fall in love with my new life and way of being so much that I decided, why settle for hangovers and mediocrity ever again? In fact, I'm thrilled I don't have to drink anymore. I feel extremely lucky. Not only do I feel better, look better, and sleep better, ditching alcohol has allowed me to hear my intuition loud and clear and pursue the bigger purpose of my life. Living alcohol-free has been the gateway to greater confidence, authentic friendships, and wholehearted self-love. After years of feeling stuck and unfulfilled, taking a break from alcohol ended up being the fastest road to my biggest dreams. Dreams like becoming an author, running my own successful business, uplifting women all over the world and helping them believe in their greater dreams, traveling whenever I want, and being friends with my heroes. Being alcohol-free is a dream lifestyle. You could say I'm euphoric. Maybe something in your mind is slamming on the brakes right now. Before we proceed, let's tackle the big fat elephant in the room, the question you may be asking yourself. Isn't giving up drinking a bit too extreme and only a thing for brown paper bag, sitting on a park bench types? You see, that was my dominating thought for years. I assumed that the only reason you'd stop doing something unhealthy like drinking was because you had a massive problem. Not just because you might want to get, healthier. What a strange paradox. Think about it. If I were to quit or cut back on sugar or fast food, or start working out more, would anyone accuse me of having a problem? Yet as a society, outdated thinking attaches so much stigma and shame around alcohol. And it keeps too many people stuck in a habit that ultimately isn't making them happy. Take my life, for example. I had turned 30 years old and realized that thinking about alcohol consumed valuable mind space. I wasn't obsessing over where my next drink was or making sure I had enough alcohol at home. I was thinking about the dilemma, a constant tug-of-war in my mind of, should I or shouldn't I? I constantly wanted to drink less, yet couldn't figure it out. Not only that, but something was missing and felt off in my life. As though I was wasting my gifts and potential on something irrelevant, a beverage. While I could brush these thoughts away as I was planning my next wine country getaway, I heard them loud and clear in the still and quiet mornings. I knew it when I again woke up with a dull headache. I knew it when I let myself down and broke a self-imposed rule, no more than 2 drinks, and felt my self-esteem crumbling. I knew it when I journaled that surely I was meant for more than this merry-go-round of being good, healthy, and productive all week, only to overdrink on the weekend and nullify all of my efforts. Yet it was hard for me to articulate all of this as a problem. I didn't drink out of sadness. I didn't drink every day. It was a social thing or a weekend treat. Sushi nights, dinner parties, game nights, and of course, Netflix and wine on Saturday and Sunday to unwind. While it all looked normal, I had many rules, trying so damn hard to find the elusive balance. I couldn't for the life of me figure out why alcohol was my Achilles heel. Of course I felt shitty when I overdid it, but I also felt lousy after one or two. What was I doing wrong, and why couldn't I make alcohol work in my life? Each Monday, I resolved to play around with the equation. No strong beers, no more than 2 drinks, no drinking before 7 p.m. After years of this internal turbulence, I finally decided to take a break. Dry January, a popular time to take a month-long break from alcohol. It gave me the excuse I needed to try life without alcohol and avoid having to go around and ring everyone to say I had a problem. I saw it as a way to reset and internalize new mindful drinking habits. I never expected it to turn me on to life so much that I eventually couldn't settle for rough sleep and booze breath ever again. My alcohol-free month was amazing. I slept well, lived my ideal healthy lifestyle, devoured books, and felt a shift in my appreciation and gratitude. I enjoyed myself while doing the simplest things, like playing board games with my husband, Robert, and goofing around with my niece. I learned that I could hang out with my closest friends without drinking and still have fun. I felt like myself. No masks, no internal shame smothering me, just me learning to be awake and alive. Come February, I wasn't looking forward to drinking again, but I didn't think I had a choice. Have you ever gone on a vacation and realized that life is short and you should do what makes you happiest? Then you return home, wake up on Monday morning, and slog through a job you hate? That's how it felt. Just like I didn't see any alternatives outside the 9-to-5 rut, I believed normal adults had to drink. I drank again that February, 9 times, and I hated each and every time with a heightened awareness. It was the little things that ticked me off. Drinking stole away my nightly routine. Hard to read and journal when you're buzzed. I hated how I felt in the morning after ridiculously restless sleep compared to the sleeping beauty slumber I'd grown accustomed to during my break. I noticed how upbeat, energetic, and appreciative I was while not drinking. Only one drink in, I'd turn apathetic, impatient, and easily frustrated, even starting fights with my husband. Drinking sucked. That was the moment I decided to take another break. Except when I got to the end of this next 30 days, magical things happened. I was riding a pink cloud, a burst of happiness. I felt giddy, like I was falling in love. 30 days turned into 60 days. I traveled to New Orleans, Hawaii, and Japan, all while alcohol-free. I watched sunrises. I swam in crystal clear waters and rode bikes along the coast. I felt thunderstruck by 1,000-year-old temples. I went to birthday parties and dinner parties and enjoyed a new sense of poise and grace. I felt lucky that I wasn't going to wake up feeling unwell compared to anyone drinking around me. I was growing and also writing voraciously. It's been my lifelong dream to write, but I used to have the worst writer's block. And when I took all of this and evaluated whether this new path was worth pursuing compared to a beer I've had like 3,000 times before, all I could say was, been there, done that. This life was too good to give up. With that, I started chasing the woman I was meant to be. I got crystal clear on what my biggest dreams were, and instead of feeling stuck and afraid, I went after them. One baby step after another, I built my Euphoric alcohol-free business, became a certified alcohol-free life coach, launched Euphoric the podcast, ran a half marathon, left my day job, spoke publicly about how amazing life is without drinking, and wrote a book, this one. Today, I do what I love most in the world and help women experience the same transformation and incredible shifts in their lives by changing their relationship with alcohol. I've worked with thousands of soulful women and men who want more out of life than hangovers and are ready to completely reinvent themselves. Feeling just as stuck as I was, this one change triggers an avalanche of transformation in their lives, ultimately leading them to clarity on their greater purpose and their dreams. At the end of the day, it's not about a beverage. It's about being awake to your life. I'll show you how to do the same because you deserve to have this eye-opening experience and evaluate for yourself which lifestyle you prefer. Which one is more aligned with your values? Which one empowers you to pursue your bigger dreams? Which one allows you to believe that anything is possible for you and that you're done playing small on the sidelines? But before we begin, let's clear up some assumptions and misinformation about alcohol use, which might be holding you back. The new unhealthy normal. Most of us have an idea of what problem drinking looks like, from examples in movies, books, or our lives. The woman who picks up her kids from school with vodka in her tumbler. The homeless man drinking on the side of the road. The friend who was utterly consumed by alcohol, hit rock bottom, and now spends the rest of her days attending AA meetings. In our minds, this is what problem drinking looks like. And to establish a category that is not that, we use the term normal drinker. Normal drinkers have their life together, drink routinely but not overwhelmingly, and all in all are doing okay. The thing is, our definition of normal drinking is constantly expanding to new unhealthy standards. Most drinkers are over-drinking, and it's called normal because it's become the normative behavior in our society. The drinking guidelines made by health and medical associations are strict. No more than 1 drink per occasion. Maybe 2 for a male, though it depends what country you live in. Countries like the United Kingdom are tightening these standards to match the latest recommendations in health research. And the definition of a drink is far less than what we're being served. A 16-ounce pint of craft beer at 7% alcohol is way above the standard of 12 ounces of 5% beer. A restaurant pour of 6 ounces of a heavy Cabernet at 15% alcohol is much more than the standard of 5 ounces of 12% wine. If 1 drink is the acceptable, healthy standard, how many people regularly drink more than that? How about almost every drinker I know? Does that mean we're all alcoholics? No. Drinking isn't binary like that. It's on a huge spectrum of different norms, consumption levels, and behaviors. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention finds that most people who overdrink aren't alcoholics or alcohol dependent. Those of us who find ourselves in between light, occasional drinking and all-day, everyday drinking are in the majority. According to the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Administration, 59% of regular drinkers misuse alcohol and drink way more than the health guidelines recommend. Yes, most drinkers, meaning that overdrinking is the norm. No one bats an eye at bottomless brunch, or dinner parties with free-flowing wine, or a day of beer tasting. And when you think about it, it's all around you. Do your friends stop at 1 drink? Are you the only person you know who drinks every week? Hardly. When you see it all around you, it's easy to internalize the idea that drinking like this isn't that bad for you. A whole bottle of vodka? Bad. A few glasses of wine after work? No problem. Not only is this the new normal, but drinking per the health guidelines seems like a singularity. The Centers for Disease Control also says that 2 drinks a day for a woman is considered heavy drinking. What? If I had limited myself to 2 drinks on a Friday night out with my friends, I would have thought I was the healthiest person around. Yet studies show that alcohol consumption in the last 2 decades is on the rise, especially among women. When you're a routine drinker, you likely have a bit of complicated thrown into your relationship with alcohol. Studies show that 52% of Americans are trying to drink less. It's not because they're saints. They want to drink less because they aren't happy with the way alcohol is showing up in their life. Welcome to the silent majority. While this situation might not be that bad, it's also not letting you live life to its fullest. This murky middle ground often feels like living life on a merry-go-round. You wake up on a Monday morning after drinking, feeling out of it, and resolve to do better. The week is spent doing good things, drinking green juice, going to yoga classes, eating well, and meditating. Then, like a toxic boyfriend, alcohol shows up and throws you in a tailspin of unhealthy patterns and poor decisions. Detox just to retox, feeling crazy on this never-ending loop. But many of us fear that if we even start to examine our relationship with alcohol, we'll automatically be labeled as someone who has a problem with alcohol. And who wants that? So we sweep it all under a rug, the tiredness, the anxiety, the guilt, the shame, and pretend everything is fine. Meanwhile, deep down, we believe something is inherently wrong with us because we can't figure out the right balance of alcohol in our lives. And because alcohol can be a taboo topic, we get no assurance that this is a common problem and can feel lonely and isolated. One of my clients came to me thinking something must be wrong with her. She didn't drink large amounts, yet her body wasn't tolerating it. She believed her body was worse at processing alcohol than other people's and had no idea that everyone gets worse at processing alcohol over time. Alcohol is the only drug we have to defend not partaking in. It's pushed on some of us as early as our teen years and is a constant presence in our culture when we celebrate, socialize, relax, and commiserate. Combine societal conditioning, the science of habit formation, and an addictive substance, and it's no wonder many of us have complicated relationships with alcohol. And the only way we've been taught to deal with the matter is to ascertain whether we have a drinking problem with a capital P. Trying to figure out if my drinking was normal or abnormal was an enigma. I partied hard in college and grad school and had non-existent coping mechanisms save drinking. But as I got older, I made a lot of changes to tone it down and get healthier. By the time I was 30, I considered myself both a healthy and mindful person. Sometimes I moderated, sometimes I didn't. Sometimes I'd feel highly virtuous for having only 1 or 2 drinks. Other times, I'd feel extreme shame for having a zillion at a party. I tried hard to be disciplined, to keep it all balanced, and to make strict rules for myself and my drinking. But the thing is, I never knew which Carolina would come out on any given night, the poised, graceful one or the one who overdrank. When the wrong one did and I drank too much, I felt like someone had hijacked my body and brain. Yet I didn't drink most days, I had no issue with alcohol in my house, and I drank less year after year. Was I normal or an alcoholic? How about normal-ish? Trying to figure out whether you're normal or have a problem is like trying to figure out how much longer you should work at a job you hate, even though it makes you sick and tired because you get good health benefits. It doesn't matter if you have a problem or not, or what terms you use to label or justify your drinking. The question you need to ask is, does it make me happy? Is my drinking habit aligned with my values? Does it let me feel exceptional joy, retain my integrity, feel 100%, and show up for the ones I love? Does it serve me in chasing my wildest dreams? A complicated relationship with alcohol comes with a lot of internal conflict that takes up space in your mental landscape, space that could be used to live out your fullest potential. You don't have to have a drinking problem for alcohol to be holding you back from your most radiant self. Sober curious? I'm so happy that you're here. Together, we're going to start a wellness revolution. Your curiosity about a new way of being is the gateway to huge shifts in your life, to feeling euphoric, passionate, and alive with purpose. You're part of a growing trend of people who value health and consciousness. You don't take societal norms at face value. You're here, ready to question your relationship with alcohol, and through this journey, experience the greatest personal growth exercise of your life. You're brave enough to question your drinking habits and realize your curiosity is empowering, not embarrassing. You're ready to challenge yourself to take a break and see if alcohol truly does allow you to live your best life. Then, with that information, you choose whether you want to go back or not. Spoiler alert, research by 1 Year No Beer found that 87% of people who take an extended break from alcohol don't go back to drinking. What they discover on the other side is so good, they're forever changed. Take Elena. While partying was her thing when she was younger, as her mom in her mid-30s, her life is filled with organic foods, no-waste practices, and a conscious approach to life and parenthood. When she took a break from alcohol, everything clicked into place. The mindful, healthy, and meaningful lifestyle she desired was found in alcohol-free living. While she worked hard to set boundaries around her drinking, she realized she didn't have to drink a lot to feel that alcohol was holding her back, not to mention making her groggy the following mornings. What she discovered on the other side was inner peace, freedom, and a life fully aligned with her values. She felt a natural high, daily inspiration to try new things, and a waterfall of creativity for her business. Most of my clients are incredibly healthy and mindful women. In fact, drinking is often the one incongruency in their otherwise holistic lifestyle. This kind of incongruence is incredibly painful and a huge source of internal conflict. Psychologists call this cognitive dissonance, meaning that you believe two opposing thoughts at the same time. Like when your higher self tells you to consume less alcohol or none at all, yet something inside you tells you to pour a drink at 6 p.m. Or when you call yourself a healthy person, yet wake up feeling physically unwell after a night of drinking. In this audiobook, I'll share the mindset shifts you need to get the memo to your subconscious and fully align with your values and dispel the cognitive dissonance. And you don't need to feel deprived, experience FOMO, fear of missing out, or worry that your social life will take a nosedive. Because I'm going to teach you how to take an 8-week break from alcohol the right way. Working on changing your habits is great, but doing so leaves a deprivation vacuum if you don't change your mindset. I'll teach you to love being alcohol-free, the same way someone loves being vegetarian. Do you think vegetarians bemoan to themselves that they can't eat meat, go around missing it, throw themselves a pity party? Or do they love their choices, knowing they hold the secret to longevity and an ethical lifestyle, convinced that they know something the rest of us don't? Alcohol is a sleep-interrupting, cancer-causing, brain-altering, depression-producing, fulfillment-robbing, confidence-faking substance that quashes your natural drive. Soon enough, you'll be thrilled that you don't have to drink it anymore. And here's what you can expect from me during our time together. In parts 1 and 2, I'll show you why you should take a break from alcohol. We'll review the health benefits and personal growth epiphanies from body, mind, and soul. My hope is that this kind of life will look so expansive, so ripe with possibility, that trying an alcohol-free challenge will seem like a no-brainer. In part 3, I'll show you how to live alcohol-free with my 8-week plan, which is modeled after my most successful course, Become Euphoric, and my coaching framework. Not only will you discover insights about yourself and change your entire thinking about drinking, you will be on a path to uplevel your life and stop settling for mediocrity in any part of it. If you want more support and celebrations during your breakthroughs, join the Euphoric community. I even have some bonus goodies just for you that will make this journey even more fun at www.euphoricaf.com/book-bonus. I fully believe that all people, no matter their drinking habits, can try another way without being judged or stigmatized. You're allowed to explore alcohol-free living if you hate how you feel after a night out, you're not sure whether your daily wine with dinner is serving you, drinking makes you feel unmotivated the next day, you find it hard and stressful to moderate, you want to sleep better, lose weight, or be a better role model for your children. Your intuition tells you that this is the key to achieving your biggest dreams. Every reason under the sun is valid for you to be here, to reevaluate an outdated relationship with alcohol or unconscious habit. Alcohol-free is the next wellness revolution, and no one needs to adopt a label to try it. Are you ready? Remember this: change is never easy. Getting out of your comfort zone is hard, and drinking happens to be an ultimate comfort zone behavior. The part of you that doesn't want to change will scream at you with excuses and limiting stories about what this means for your life. But I know you've done hard things before and felt wildly fulfilled afterward. And I know you've also taken it easy and felt stuck and regretful. Ever heard the saying that everything you want in life is outside your comfort zone? If you have an inkling, however tiny, that alcohol is holding you back from your dream life, you deserve to explore that inner wisdom to its fullest. I promise you, you won't regret it. It will open the door to more self-love, confidence, and a purpose-driven life. If you're ready to experience life fully alive, keep listening.